Hey everybody, welcome to the Andrew's Toybox. I am your host, Andrew M. Today we're going to be doing a spotlight on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 Scumbug figure. Scumbug, a member of the Evil Foot Clan, is an exterminator hired by Shredder to try and clear out the pests from their base of operations, who, like everybody else who ever walks into the Technodrome, gets exposed to a mutagenic substance that turns him into this grotesque part man, part creature, in this case, a cockroach. Scumbug is an authentically 28-year-old figure. I acquired him when I was a boy. So do please excuse some of the paint wear and signs of aging that he has. The figure is very, very well molded. One thing I have to give credit for is these old Ninja Turtles figures, while they didn't have a lot of painted in details, do not lack for the detail, and I'll show you what I mean. You can see there's little creepy crawlies and small wrinkles and details and weird horn protrusions all over this guy. I mean, he looks like he just stepped out of some experimental changer. It's kind of like Jeff Goldblum's more brightly colored evil twin. He's even got these little creepy guys on his back. I know in a modern action figure they'd probably be colored separately, and that'd be cool and all, but I like the fact that they even thought to go to this level of detail that long ago for something that was completely geared towards kids, but has a level of detail that can be appreciated by an older crowd. In terms of the paint job on this guy, it's good. The lines are crisp. The differentiation between the different tones and whatnot is very, very good. And one thing I find that even though this is a 90s figure, air quotes, 90s figure, his paint job isn't atrocious. It isn't some sort of hideous, blowing, day-glow green kind of monstrosity like some of them get to be. It seems appropriate for this character. The purple is a bit more vibrant than you expect from a real cockroach, of course, and the yellow literal bug eyes, which stick out from the side of his head. But it catches the eye without being offensive to the eye. And I think that's a difficult line for a lot of figures to straddle, especially during this era of action figure production in the late 80s, early 90s, when everything was getting really too bright for its own good. So one of the reasons that he has remained in my collection all these years is that he's not hard to look at from a color perspective. From an appearance perspective, this guy is hideous. He's one of the ugliest figures I own. But let's go into his articulation and we'll show just how ugly he moves around. First of all, he has ball joint legs, so they can move all the way back, all the way down. You can get them to go around to full 360 if you want. I just don't want to stress this guy out. He is almost 30 years old after all. The arms, as you can see, straight up and down on both arms. We have a wrist rotation here. And his main gun arm, as we'll see shortly, is at the elbow, so he can go in and out like that. Head is on a straight back and forth swivel, and one of the bonus points of articulation not featured on every figure from the Ninja Turtle collection, he actually has a movable jaw. You can actually make him talk, like, hello, I am Scumbug. You can have some fun with that, make him all creepy and, try and channel his inner Pennywise. Now, in terms of accessories, I do not have all the accessories that originally came with Scumbug, but I do have most of them. First of all, we have his bug spray backpack. This is a genius little piece. It's got a lot of little details and very fine writing. I don't know if you can really read on that, but at the very bottom it says Turtle Kill. It's got the toxic label in a couple different places. That plugs into this hole on his back, like so. And of course, as a bug spray kit, we have a cord that attaches onto the backpack like that. And he's got his bug spray gun. Get a nice good look at that as well. And the hose plugs into the gun. Now what I am missing for Scumbug, unfortunately, is you can see at the top of the backpack here, in between his antenna, we have these little knobs, and they were meant for smaller gray hoses that would loop over and plug into these little dents in his chest. Basically, his own creepy, acidic body is creating the fuel for his bug spray tank, and he sprays it at the Ninja Turtles in an attempt to defeat them and exterminate them. That's right, he's a Dalek before Daleks were trendy pop culture. I imagine this guy probably had a New Yorker accent, so it's like the exterminate probably wasn't as intimidating. He also comes with these little pink neon roaches. Now, he originally came with 4. 28 years later, I've still got 3 of them. Not bad for a figure that saw that much playtime when I was a kid. He's almost complete. He's in really good shape. Definitely not to a point where I would consider going out and purchasing an upgrade. He's very sturdy. None of his joints are loose. And that's good. Now, in terms of my personal history with this guy, like I say, I've had him since I was a boy. When I was a boy, I'd love to make all of the figures and toys that I have coexist in one cohesive world, because they were all in my house or my toy room. And so he would interact with Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, Silverhawks, other Ninja Turtle figures that maybe he wouldn't normally encounter. All kinds of different toy collections and franchises. And so moving into how I view him fitting in these days, he really hasn't strayed much from his original silliness roots. He's on a single-minded quest to exterminate the Turtles because he's hoping that that will somehow earn him the redemption and fortune and fame so that he can enjoy his slimy, buggy life. But I gotta say, he's probably a really good match for the Turtles, and I always envisioned him as being one because, you know, Turtles have that really hard shell, and they're very good at being defensive and taking a beating. And honestly, cockroaches have that kind of same reputation. So old Scumbug here can probably take a licking but keep on ticking. And that's my look at Scumbug, today's action figure spotlight. So what do you guys think of Scumbug? Is he one of your favorites from when you were a kid? Did you even know this character or figure existed? Is there somebody else in the Ninja Turtles franchise that you're like, they could totally take this guy? Share your thoughts in a comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you out there in Toyland.